This is the Western Mountaineering Lynx StormShield. This -10-degree bag is what you take with you for deep winter trips in the lower 48. Packed with 32 ounces of 850 fill power Polish goose down and clocking in at a scant 3 pound 4 ounces. This is what you need for those deep winter trips in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, the Colorado Rockies, Yosemite, Wyoming. This is one of those bags that will take you just about anywhere in the lower 48 during the coldest times of the year. For those who are looking for an incredibly warm bag while staying under that 3.5 pound mark, this is your pick. The new StormShield fabric is quite impressive. It's a 2-layer, incredibly waterproof and windproof fabric, but it's extremely supple. It packs down smaller, it's lighter weight, and it is softer to the touch than the previous generation Gore Windstopper fabric. And it is every bit as storm-worthy. So with the offloading of Gore and PFAS materials from the industry, this bag has taken the place of Gore Windstopper as the next generation of durable, lightweight, waterproof fabrics. And I think that the way that Western Mountaineering tests and vets their fabrics and selects their fabrics for their bags, it's every bit as durable, downproof, and long-lasting as the Gore Windstopper, and I'm really excited to see this next generation of expedition bags. The StormShield fabric is their most durable, most weatherproof, most storm-worthy fabric that they use, and it is ideally suited for folks who may have some unplanned open bivvies in their future or taking things up a notch at higher altitudes. This is a bag that you could take up Rainier most months out of the year. This is a bag that I would feel very confident taking up on Mount Washington in New England during the middle of winter. It's really quite impressive. This bag has a very efficient cut. With 62 inches of girth in the shoulders and 39 inches in the foot box, it gives you a little bit of room to layer an extra puffy underneath to really push that temperature rating lower. And it's really ideally suited for folks who may toss and turn at night. So it gives you a little bit of extra space to be able to spread out and breathe without compressing the loft on the sides. The V-block side baffles also enable the down on the sides of the bag to fully loft. The sides of the bag and the foot box are very often areas that are prone to compression and loss of loft, resulting in a colder night's sleep. With the V-block side baffles, it really retains the loft around you and truly guarantees a comfort rating of -10 degrees in this bag. The YKK number 3 zipper functions flawlessly on this bag. The StormShield fabric gives it a nice, stiff, but not overly bulky draft tube on the inside, and my goodness, is it burly. This is probably as big around as a Nalgene bottle, and it also features the classic Western Mountaineering Dacron stiffening tape behind the zipper on the draft tube, so that when it's time to zip up, it functions almost flawlessly when it's -10 degrees and you're wearing gloves, and the last thing you want to do is mess around with the zipper on your sleeping bag when you're trying to go to sleep. Equally as important as when it's time to wake up in the morning and that dreaded moment where you have to get out of your sleeping bag in -10 degree weather, it lets you operate pretty efficiently for that task as well. So moving into the hood a little bit more, this side draft tube around the zipper continues on seamlessly into the neck baffle of the bag and wraps all the way around and is able to be cinched down with an elasticated draw cord to seal in the warmth from the neck down and also prevent the condensation from your breath from entering the bag and potentially compromising the loft of the down. The entire hood, along with the rest of the exterior of the bag, is composed of the StormShield fabric. Again, that StormShield fabric is a 2-layer ripstop material that is incredibly sturdy, but yet it's really supple and soft as well. And when it comes to packing these bags down, it goes from being the size of a bicycle to packing down to about the size of a rugby ball, which is quite impressive. So for folks going out on extended trips into consequential terrain where every bit of gear matters and every piece of weight matters, this is a bag that really maximizes the efficiency of construction in your sleep system. The StormShield fabric lends a lot of confidence in this bag as a potential for open air bivvies when it might be too windy to set up a tent, and digging a snow cave or a snow pit and sleeping out in the open in your sleeping bag is the only option. The StormShield fabric remains incredibly windproof, super water resistant, and really locks in the warmth. So the Lynx StormShield, I think, is the winter sleeping bag of choice for most users, taking things beyond what the normal winter camper might be doing. It lends a lot of confidence over and above what a 0-degree bag might do. And you know, a lot of folks like to say, you know, pack a sleeping bag that's warmer than the forecasted temperatures. And I think, you know, if you're going into a place where the forecast might be 0 degrees at night, you know, having that extra margin of safety with a -10-degree bag is a really confidence inspiring thing and could make or break the decision to go on the trip or not. When you have the gear that inspires confidence, you're able to get out there and not question your equipment. And again, this Western Mountaineering bag, the down is expected to last for 60 years or more when taken care of properly. It's really important to launder your bags and take care of them over time. If you go out on a long trip, bring your bag home, dry it out, wash it with an appropriate down. I think Nick Wax or Granger's or even a very mild soap is perfectly adequate for laundering a bag like this. If you have a front load washer, that's perfect. If you have a top load washer, that could work too. Make sure that if you're washing one of these bags or any down or technical garment in a top load washer, make sure it doesn't have an agitator column inside of it. If it doesn't have one of those columns, you are good to go. Use a mild soap or detergent, or use some Nick Wax down wash or some Granger's wash, and you should be very good to go ahead and wash these. It's important to unzip your bags most of the way when you're washing them, not all the way. It's good to have the zipper zipped to an extent, and then turn the bag inside out, and that really allows the 15 denier nylon taffeta inner fabric to really be penetrated and get that down laundered nicely. When it comes to dry it on a low to medium heat. Throw some dryer balls or some wool dryer balls in there, or some tennis balls, and throw it in for a few cycles. Between each cycle, make sure you help kind of break up the down a little bit. Just kind of poke and prod it, and you can feel the clumps inside the bag. It's okay to kind of pinch them gently and pull them apart, but put it in for, you know, time dry 60 minutes on low to medium heat, and that should get your sleeping bag drier in a few cycles. So bigger bags with more down will take longer to dry. Don't worry, it's fine. These bags are made to resist extreme conditions, and a home washer is just fine for that. If you don't have a home washer, or perhaps you have a top loader with an agitator column, it's okay to bring them to a laundromat. Make sure you run a cycle of normal clothes through at the laundromat first. That way you have the ability to rinse out any residual detergents or residues within the laundromat washers, and then put your expensive sleeping bag in and run it on delicate, medium heat, and let it go as normal. So washing aside, the Lynx is an excellent, lightweight, deep winter option for the lower 48. It's a great bag to bring on long ski traverses and hut trips and things like that up in British Columbia. This is a great expedition bag as well. So the Lynx is one of our most popular winter models for those who don't need something like the Puma or the Bison -40 bag. So if you need a winter expedition bag for the lower 48, the Western Mountaineering Lynx deserves a very close look.